Okay, folks, here's a quick review of the Strikefire Transport vehicle that was produced by Hasbro as a part of the Captain America, the First Avenger line of products. And I picked this up at Walmart when the First Avenger toy line was still in production for about $30. Okay, I've had this vehicle in storage for quite a while, but unfortunately, I never got around to opening it. And with a decidedly lower amount of products being released in this scale for the new Winter Soldier film, I wanted to get this vehicle out of storage and review it for everyone. Okay, the Strikefire Transport appears to be based off of the Stryker family of military infantry vehicles. It's easy to see why a vehicle like this would be suitable for Captain America to use if the mission he's fulfilling for S.H.I.E.L.D. called for it, as these vehicles are very effective in ground combat today. Okay, this is a very large vehicle, as you can see, and it rolls very nicely. It goes without saying that the paint scheme is quite unique. However, keep in mind, this is a Captain America vehicle, so the unique paint scheme, that's to be expected. There is no figure storage in the rear of the vehicle, as it's been modified to hold Captain America's motorcycle, and I'll show you what that looks like in a few moments. The cockpit, which unfortunately has no windshield, but can open and close manually, it holds one 3 3/4 inch figure, and the turret also can hold one 3 3/4 inch figure. There are opening hatches on the side of the vehicle for accessory storage, and there's a turret on top of the vehicle, and it rotates 360 degrees, and it also has missile launchers. Decal application was unnecessary as they were already applied to the vehicle. There was some assembly required with this vehicle, but it was quite easy, and it only took a few minutes to complete. Okay, what I'm going to do now for you is I'm going to go handheld, and I'm going to show you what the missile launcher looks like in action. And as you can see, the spring mechanism is very strong. All right, in addition to the motorcycle that I just mentioned, the Transport features 2 more interchangeable missile launchers and a Captain America movie figure in 3 3/4 inch scale. So let me pause here, zoom in, and I'm going to give you a closer look as to what the Strikefire Transport looks like, and then we'll go over what the accessories are looking like on this vehicle. Okay. Okay, first up for the accessories, here are the interchangeable missile launchers. Like the missile turret that I just demonstrated for you, these also have a very strong spring mechanism in them, and they can be placed on either the top rear portion of the vehicle or on the sides where the accessory storage doors are located. Personally, I think they look better on the top rear of the Strikefire Transport, but that's just a matter of taste. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go handheld once again, and I'm going to show you what these missile launchers look like when they fire. So give me just a second here. Okay, here we go. First missile launches. Just like that. And the second one, as you can see, there's a button right there on the top of the cannon. And as you saw, the spring mechanism is very strong. Okay, next up, here is Captain America's motorcycle. Now, I believe this is a Harley-Davidson motorcycle, and like the Strikefire Transport, the motorcycle also has a Captain America paint scheme and decorations on it. It has no special features, and like the Strikefire Transport, it also rolls very nicely. It also stores neatly into a storage bay that's accessed via a ramp that raises and lowers manually. The bay that also stores this motorcycle, it has a groove in the middle portion, so the motorcycle does stay in place pretty well. And it should also be noted that this motorcycle also has a kickstand, so you can display the vehicle with the motorcycle standing right beside it if you so choose. Okay, finally, here is the included Captain America 3 3/4 inch figure. Now, obviously, this didn't come with the figure stand that you see him standing on, and oddly enough, there were no accessories included for the figure, not even a shield. Personally, I can't imagine Captain America not coming with a shield. But anyway, this figure does have articulation in the head, the shoulders, the hips, and the knees, and all of the joints moved fairly nicely. The head also has slight up and down movement, and it can turn 360 degrees. The hips move in and out, and the knees are surprisingly double jointed. The arms are permanently molded in a rather strange position. So obviously, this figure is meant to be displayed either riding the motorcycle or riding in the cockpit. Personally, it would have been nice to have a more, I think it would have been nice to have a more articulated figure included, but at least this one did have double jointed knees. So the posing options, they aren't as restricted as they were on some of the more recent G.I. Joe Retaliation vehicles that I previously reviewed. Okay, what I'm going to do now is a 360 of the figure, the motorcycle, and the vehicle, and let you see what they look like from all sides. So we're going to start with the figure. So here he is from the front. Here's Captain America from the left-hand side. Okay, here he is from the rear. Okay, here he is from the right-hand side. Finally, here we are once again facing forward. And let me take a pause here, and I'll zoom in, and I'll give you a closer look as to what this Captain America figure looks like. Okay, here is Captain America's motorcycle from the front. Okay, here's the motorcycle from the right-hand side. Okay, here's the motorcycle from the rear. Okay, here's the motorcycle from the other side. And as you can see, there really is some nice detailing on this accessory. Okay, what I'll do here is I'll just take a moment, and I'm going to zoom in and give you a closer look at the motorcycle. So you can see all this nice detailing on it. It really was nicely done. Okay. And finally, here is the motorcycle one more time from the front. Okay, here is one side of the Strikefire Transport for you. Okay, here is the Strikefire Transport from the front. Okay, here's the Strikefire Transport from its other side. Okay, here's the Strikefire Transport from the rear. And here's the Strikefire Transport with the ramp down. And as you can see, there's a lot of room for that motorcycle to be stored. And finally, here we are once again, looking at the starting side of the Strikefire Transport. And here's the vehicle with the storage bay door down. Okay, and here is a group shot of all the accessories that you get with the vehicle, showing them in place. Okay, so overall, I think this is a pretty neat vehicle. It has good play value, and the motorcycle accessory, I thought that was a nice touch. I do think that the omission of a windshield and not giving the included Captain America figure a shield, that was rather unfortunate. But I'm confident that the shield problem can be remedied easily enough if I can find one online to purchase, or maybe even trade for one on the forums that I sometimes contribute to. The gripes that I have with the Strikefire Transport, they are relatively minor, so I think that this vehicle deserves a great recommendation. This is a vehicle that I can see having a lot of uses with many 3 3/4 inch figures from lines such as Marvel Universe, or maybe even G.I. Joe. So if you do happen to run across this vehicle in your area, don't hesitate to pick it up. Okay, so on that note, take care and stay tuned for my next review. Have a good one.